Hello, Opportunists. My name is Winter. I am the co-owner and editor of Opportunity Roll, and I play Charity, the Tiefling Cleric for Group 1. I wanted to welcome any newcomers and let you know that we're really excited to have you here, and I wanted to let everyone know that our Discord is free for the month of April. For more information, head down to our bio and listen to the outro of this episode. So with that, I hope everyone enjoys the episode.
Hi everybody, I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master. Welcome to Opportunity Roll, episode 31. I have the group 2 here with us. Say hi everybody.
Hello!
Hi everybody.
This is our first take.
Shut up. Okay. Let's go down the line this time. Let's start with Blue.
Hi, I'm Blue. I play Zachariah Talor, the part of lore and stories in Barf, apparently.
Alrighty, and Rodeo.
Hi, I play Aeson Goldhand, the human or the half-elf fighter cavalier who apparently everyone knows is a noble now. So there's that.
The best noble.
And Samuel.
Hi, I'm Samael, also known as Jonathan, and I'm playing Lynn, the half-drow bard of whispers.
And Tangled.
Hello, TangledinBlue, or Laura, and I play Mila, the elven sorcerer of wild magic, who is also a noble and is also a little bit offended. Just kidding.
We got too many nobles in this thing.
We really do.
Are we going to pull a French Revolution right now?
I'm surrounded by nobles and just uppity people.
We're classy.
Betcha.
Alright, so last time we played, you guys made an alliance, for the most part, with a dragon. And this dragon promised you a quicker ride to Krokka in exchange for an item that you were given. An item that was given to you by Scoop himself.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that exchange, he flew you closer to Krokka and then made kind of a slight conversation with Aeson. And he flew off north. Which was a bit odd because, Aeson had made the deal with him to deliver a letter. And so I think that's just about where we left off. I know, however, he dropped the big ball that Aeson is one of the children of the throne of Graydon. Other than that, I knew we talked about you guys leaving maybe about an hour away and making camp and then making the rest of the trip in the morning, correct?
That sounds about right.
Yep, because I need my sleep.
Yeah, you're exhausted still.
Yep.
Yeah.
Try not to stay up too late tonight, Lynn, huh?
Still worth it.
And so I think that's a good place to at least start for now. I'll let you guys let's continue probably about an hour after the whole, travel to your camp thing and get everything started there.
Okay, Mila is just going to be kind of looking over at Aeson, just confused, unsure, a little bit embarrassed maybe.
Aeson's going to be walking in the front. He's not going to notice this. He's a little upset that his secret got outed like that, not by himself.
For the most part, Zachariah is just going to be off to himself, just like, this was my favorite outfit. And just, I would assume probably at this point, just walking around shirtless and just like, prestidigitation clean. I know it's clean, but clean.
Still not clean. Still not clean.
Oh, dumb spots.
Unclean.
Sorry.
Dear Lord.
And Lynn's most likely, especially this revelation, making a little note inside her book.
Lynn's book.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn's book.
What about
We'll
that?
be kind of tending to the fire.
Mm-hmm. So, I know we talked about certain things, but what actually are we going to do the moment we get into town?
Well, I should see if any of the trustworthy nobles are in. Anyone that I could talk to, really. It might be difficult, but we gotta figure out a plan of action, too. I don't know if they'll just believe us if we say, hey, there's a dragon that we saw at a crystal that's going to besiege your town during the festival. I wouldn't believe me.
Well, do you actually believe there's trustworthy nobles in that town? And won't put money before people?
I don't know, Corey. Do I believe that?
Give me a history roll. Let's see how much you can remember about Krokka.
That's a 4.
So, with a 4, you don't know any offhand. Those who come to this event is slightly random. Some could be coming to enjoy it. Some were there last year and they feel maybe this year they don't need to go. So, anytime that there could be higher ups, it depends whether or not the outturn is big for this year. Basically, the more people, the more likely are you to find somebody who's willing to help you. But if it's like a slow year this year, and when you guys walk into Krokka, you don't see nearly half as many people, it's kind of a slow year. So it really depends. Best thing I can give you.
Okay, so here's another question I have for you then. Right now, are we off of a path or on a path to Krokka? Like an actual path, like something from basically it looks like Nottingham and then Crystalbrook. Area.
You're in the midst between very shortened grass, almost kind of like a sandy feel to it. So it's very dry.
So there's no path by us, so it wouldn't be any way for us to tell really how many people have been coming through from the south lately.
Probably not from here.
Okay.
I mean, potentially, if you had looked probably about a couple of miles before you guys reached there, but once you started getting into like the more desert-like area temperatures, the ground is going to dry up. You're getting farther away from Bruma Lake, so the soil is going to be harder to disturb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, understandable.
Not to mention, we don't know if that's people who like work and go back and forth, or if this is actually people from other lands.
Yeah, but I figure if there's a big festival with many people coming, you'd be able to tell. There'd be more than usual. That's just what I was trying to get at, to see if we could possibly tell how big of a festival it's going to be this year.
Maybe if you were on a main road, you might be able to get a better sense, potentially. But because you're not following a main road right now currently, you know, there's only a few people to cut the yard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you bet.
So most people are going to stick to the road because it's safer.
Yeah, and the dragon had to drop us off a little ways off in the roads because don't want to disturb the people with the dragon coming in.
Yeah. Now, like I said, because of that, if you guys end up finding a main road, I could let you make that history roll again. Because you would know at least that much, that you might be able to get a better look if you guys hit a main road.
Yeah. So Aeson's going to look around. He's going to be like, well, how are we doing for food? Do we have enough for everyone?
We still have some of that bear meat?
I do. It's probably at the end of its age.
I'd rather not have bear meat.
I've got a day or two of rations left.
I'm good as well on rations.
I have plenty of rations, yes. So, looks like we don't need to go hunting tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, there's something I do want to discuss.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
I know a group that can help us. They helped me take care of a few lost ends myself, and it seems that I think 2 of those people were in that prophecy. And if I go to them and speak to their group and explain to them the situation, I have a feeling they could help.
Aeson's eyes are going to brighten up at that. Do you think you'd be able to find them?
I can only try. I don't know exactly where they were. I do know that the last I heard, though, their stop was Crystal Brook. No. Was it Graydon? I know I met them through the forest and we stopped at Groggy Hill. They seem to move all over the place. I can't tell anymore exactly where they were going, but I do know they are south of us.
Well, if you think it could benefit us, then by all means, go and do what you can. But if you think you
We're
can be
not
better served with us here, then we would appreciate to have you around.
That's why I'm bringing this up.
Mm.
Do you feel it would be a waste of time to go and try to find them? Or is it our best shot?
Well, let me ask you this. Not to insinuate anything. What do you think you would be best doing? Because, with what you suggested on the road earlier, you were just going to be Aeson's part of his +2. We're strapped for time, honestly, and we can't turn away allies. Do you think this would help more, or would it be too big of a gamble to go find people you don't know where they're at?
That's the thing. It is a big help, but it's also a big gamble. So it's an all-or-nothing kind of thing.
Well, the gamble would definitely pay off in the end, and versus having them and you help us versus just you there, I would prefer the opportunity to have both. So I vote that you should go and attempt to find them.
Well, tomorrow will be the 23rd. Which means we have 3 more days until the festival. We know that it's not going to go down until then.
If the prophecy stays together, as it says, these prophecies are starting to sound more flimsy and flimsier. The more I hear about them.
What do you mean?
Just, I've been thinking it over, and a lot of things I've been hearing about prophecies, them going a certain way, but other things might not happen. It's just, it honestly confuses me with what little motions of knowing certain things or not knowing certain things could cause it to change. I don't know. But honestly, with where we're at right now, we've been gambling already. To answer your question from before, I feel like we're already gambling. We should continue because we're going to not make it out so well if we don't.
Well, make a good point, Zachariah, but if I remember, we don't exactly have the full picture. There was one more side left in that crystal, right?
Yes.
Maybe that's the cementing piece.
I'm just scared to look at it. What's the night look like right now? Is it kind of darker?
It is getting to the dark side. You guys have gotten a small campfire getting, together while you guys were talking. So while you guys were having the conversation, Aeson and Cole used some flint and steel, got the fire started, and you guys kind of just huddled around a good bit.
Do I do it?
Is she saying this verbally?
No, this is Laura saying it.
I mean, yeah, I feel like we should. Any information helps.
Yeah, Maya's gonna take out the crystal. And just kind of pointed, just kind of try to adjust it so maybe she can see something again.
Give me a 1d100.
That's a 20.
You're not going to get enough sufficient light.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just kind of a little defeated and just kind of put the crystal down next to her. No.
So it's a blind gamble then. With whatever that piece holds in that last image, it probably would be useful, but we're not going to know for now. Honestly, if you think these people are capable, I say go for it. Cole.
My only concern is, if it's going to be 3 days until the main event, will we be able to find him and get back in time?
That's what I'm worried about too.
That's the gamble. I don't know.
What kind of people are they?
One's a cleric, another's a bard, one's a wizard, and the other is soldier, I would believe.
Well, a bard and a cleric could sure go a long way, even if they're not here for the actual thing going down, to help with any injuries that might take place.
Fair point.
Last time I heard, they were heading towards Graydon. I think if I head in that direction, I might meet them along the road, maybe.
Miles just again kind of look at the crystal, look back at Cole, and then just kind of look slightly away from the fire a bit.
Okay.
When do you think you'll head out, Cole?
It'd be smart if I left now.
All right, just give me a few minutes. And Aeson's gonna go off behind a tree and sit down and take out a quill and start writing something. You guys do what you need, and I will message the DM.
I do just want to talk to you for a brief moment, Cole, if before you leave, if that's all right. Alone.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Lynn's just gonna raise an eyebrow at that.
Miles just kind of like cock her head, and then I guess probably realize what Lynn is thinking, and just like no,
What? What's going on?
No's, lots of no's.
Joking, teasing, relax.
Okay, yeah, that was okay. Yep.
I'm just gonna whisper. Just gonna do a minor illusion, a little whisper to her.
If you do try, though, it's worth it.
Oh my god.
That squeak was out loud, by the way.
I don't know. And he's gonna just walk off.
So, alright, so Cole will follow. What's up?
Before she followed, she just picked up the crystal again, and she hands it to Cole. I think it's best with this other group if you give them this, so they can at least see everything as well.
Yeah, but you haven't seen everything yet either. They'll trust me, I hope. I mean...
I've had so much bad luck with this thing that maybe the gods don't want me to see the other side, and I'm
So
starting to worry.
Hades himself, if it was Hades, came down, or came up, and gave you a crystal so that you couldn't see every last thing on it.
You make it sound so foreboding.
Well, it can be, but it's fate. Fate's fickle. Nothing ever turns out the way you want it to. And in most prophecies, most of the people who have heard of them have the ability to change them. You own your own fate, and reading no stone is going to set that in stone.
I know, I've changed my fate before.
So then, just see it as not something so foreboding as something we have to prevent. Who knows, through our entire actions, maybe with all this extra knowledge, this thing doesn't even get close to town.
She kind of sticks the crystal back into a pocket she has on her dress. I'm claiming she has pockets on her dress.
Yeah. Don't give up, I should say.
I'll try not to. Thank you for everything, Cole, by the way.
That's what I do.
She's just gonna kind of awkwardly hug him as before she heads back.
I'll hug her back and kind of pat the top of her head. The white hair suits you.
Thanks, I guess. It's... I'm not used to it still.
Yeah. Right, well.
I'm sure everyone else... I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I promise I wasn't going to say sorry anymore.
He's going to pat your head and head on back to the rest.
Aeson is going to come out from behind the tree with a folded piece of paper. And he's going to approach Cole and hand it to him. Make sure this gets to Maggie. And you be safe.
Oh.
Aeson's going to kind of shrug.
he's gonna lean in. Does this say darling, sweetie, or cutie pie?
Aeson is just going to nod.
Right. I'll keep it safe. He's gonna tap your shoulder.
Aeson's gonna pull him in for a hug. Aeson's gonna whisper into his ear, "You be safe out there, and you come back with everyone else."
That's my plan. Don't go hopping on to more dragons and getting lost.
Hey, it was a good plan.
It worked, yeah. But very dangerous.
Yeah, you bet.
Alright, well. Let's go punch fate in the face. He's gonna kind of head off to the kind of side of the... just where the light from the camp kind of stops. And he'll turn around and kind of wave at everybody.
Wait, he's going now? Wait.
Well, he's getting ready to.
Wait.
Lynn's gonna catch this and like immediately go up and round to him.
Well, everyone had their turn, but
I'm not gone yet.
you know I'm still scared, right?
Of...
I mean, hopefully...
You didn't seem too scared in the forest.
Well, I had a good distraction back then. But, you know what I mean. But maybe it's a sign you taking advantage of your own fate. Maybe what I saw was wrong. Hopefully, maybe, please. But, yeah.
And she's going to reach into her pack and pull out a worn amulet. Not like the one that she has on her on her lute. This is a different one in the symbol of Nike. And she's going to look at it for a moment and look up to him afterwards.
This has been a bit of a good luck charm. Got it from an old dwarven friend of mine. A bit of a crotchety bastard, but he was good. Weirdly pacifist by nature, but was always there when you needed him. I want you to take this with you. Maybe it's luck will run off in you, and maybe Nike will make sure that whatever comes your way, you'll always be successful.
I normally am, but yes, I'll take it. But then if we're exchanging things, then you need to hang on to something then too. And he's going to turn, and out of one of the pockets of his pouch, he's going to hand over... best way to put it is they are dog tags, in a sense. It has the picture of his hometown, or the sigil from his hometown. And in it is... there's a sword in a stone, which would represent Nottingham. Now, you've seen this before. You guys were passing by Nottingham, and you're a bard. I know you've traveled through Nottingham before, so I'm not going to make you roll for that. And this back then, in those times, if you were ever in a war, or if you fought in something that you might not make it out of, you were given one of these. So if your body was found, they would know where to send your corpse. It wasn't a memorial kind of thing back then. It was just literally to find the body. It's normally not good luck. And he goes, so these are my good luck. Strange enough. But I've never had to use them before.
Well, let's hope that neither of our gifts have to be used.
I don't think you want to be buried in Nottingham anyway. The place is boring.
No, been there before. Can't say it's all boring.
That's true. I was born there.
God damn, you make it too easy.
Yeah, well.
Just stay safe out there, alright?
You too.
I mean, I know you...
Don't go... What?
I mean, I know your angel's waiting, but you have a devil here to please as well.
Gotcha. Right. Well, I will keep that in mind. And... yeah, he's there's definitely going to be like, alright, so you kind of struck a chord. There's a light flush in his face.
Finally got him.
So...
I was waiting how long to pull that.
Right. As much as I don't want to, I have to get going.
Right. Just...
And before she gets too flustered, she's just gonna go in for a peck on the cheek.
Knowing Cole, that would not, like, he would turn, and he would mean it with a full kiss.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure that way too. Right. Okay, more face. Yeah, can't be too. Just... yeah, stay safe.
She's just going to meekly huddle back.
Okay. Well, it won't take long, but after collecting his gear and speaking with each of you, Cole will head off.
I would say Zachariah, he's been training with his rapier. and minor illusion, like a little target there, just to practice swinging at something. And just in the moment, he hears Cole walk away, just aside himself, pause in training, and then he gets back to it.
Aeson will step up and look to Zachariah and be like, if you want a partner to help you train, I can step in.
That's good. And I need to get my mind off of this for a moment to get a fresh brain for the morning.
Understandable. What would you like to learn? Anything in specific, or would you just like to swing?
Honestly, he's going to walk over to his pack, just pulling out.
Give me a perception.
Okay. So I got a 21.
So with a 21, as you come over to your pack, you're going to notice that there is a book on top. It is old and worn.
Mm-hmm.
And on it, it says, in kind of like a gold flaked lettering, the basics of combat.
Well, that's going to be helpful. He kind of just says to himself, a nice little small smile, and he's just going to put it in his pack without saying anything, and he's going to pull out the chain armor from before. So, I've had this a little bit before we've met, this chain shirt. I've been wanting more than most just to focus on something like this. Mainly more defensive things to help me push towards the front. I haven't trained with armor much of yet, and I don't really know the best method for it, per se.
Well, if you need help training defensively, I can certainly help you there. And you do know that Aeson has chainmail and a shield and all that stuff, so very defensive-styled fighter. So he'll give you the rundown on like how to wear it and how to augment your movement in it, because it's different than wearing like a light leather armor or anything like that. It's a little bit heavier. It's not terrible, but it's definitely something you got to get used to. And so he'll go over all that with you and teach you how to move your arms about in it better, how to just basically use it to the best of its abilities.
Well, that's what I'm going to be doing for the little bit before we start doing watches.
And yeah, Aeson will he'll just stay there with Zachariah the whole time, helping him out, getting his mind off of everything that's been going on through the day. It's good for him to get into like a little bit of something that he's used to. Something that he knows.
Exercising, man.
Yeah.
Where's my way?
It's that meme where it's like he's using medium armor for the first time. Bro, my organs straight up just don't like this. Get used to it.
Okay. So while the gentlemen are doing that, what is Mila and Lynn doing?
She's kind of... Mila's still standing where she was standing when she was talking to Cole. And she's still just looking at that crystal.
Wait.
And she's kind of like biting her lower lip and...
Mila, do me a favor and roll a perception.
Mm-hmm. Done. Seven.
That is a 7. So you are probably going to miss it. Lynn, what are you currently doing?
I was just about to head back over to Mila. Guess I was seeing her holding the crystal and everything. I'm just gonna approach her and say,
You sure you're ready to look at it again?
No,
I
but I kind of have to, don't I? Need to know.
Let me see if this works.
and she's just gonna hold her hands close together and summon a concentrated dancing lights.
Okay.
So basically, it's just like a when it's concentrated together, it just shows like a large, dim, glowing orb of light.
Okay. All right. Emma's just gonna hold the crystal up to the dancing lights and try again.
Give me a 1d100.
That's even worse. That's a 6.
That's
Wow.
a 6.
Wow.
You would
My magic made things worse.
you would guess that maybe the high frequency of the light from the magic is kind of blurring the image. It's almost as if you use like an old projector, but instead of like the old bulb, you used an LCD.
Mm-hmm.
Or an LED, sorry, an LED.
LCD. That's completely different.
I wasn't even paying attention. That's like how like this. I'm just sitting here like so disappointed. Like, yeah, sure, whatever you say. LSD. Yep.
I'll simplify mine.
Man.
But yeah, it
It's like looking at
Dancing
LEDs
lights
all
is
on
right.
LSD.
So the reason this thing is temperamental, is from what you get, is that any alteration in anything other than the perfect shade of light will basically blur the image, and you're not going to get anything from it. Which is why it's been so difficult up until now to get that picture.
Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
She's gonna like
No.
Up.
No, it's.
Okay, it would probably occur again. Lynn, will you roll me a perception this time?
and at disadvantage because I still haven't rested yet. That's a 7.
It's a 7. We dropped a 16 for a 7. Mila, this is a second occurrence. If I could get you to roll perception as well.
Okay. I'm really nervous now. That's an 11.
Okay, so with an 11, something is going to strike your attention, and it's going to light up pretty bright in this dark sky. You're going to see the stars, and just over Krokka, as you kind of, reach your view, just over the mountaintops, where that misty kind of cloud rolls over, and it kind of creates the whole atmospheric look kind of thing, where you feel kind of relaxed. There will be 2 shots of flames. They will be large. It will. So either way, you're looking over this lovely view, and you're seeing 15, 20-foot straight shots of flame being thrown left and right, up into the air above the mountains itself.
Mila kind of points right up to the sky, so Lynn can look as well. What is that? Did this thing start early?
Not sure, but it's not a good sign.
How far off was it from Krokka again? It's like, okay, it was like near the mountains.
It is over past you guys, past the mountains. Do me a quick survival. Let's see if you can really judge the distance.
Disadvantage for 14.
That's not bad.
Want me to do as well?
With the fort, yeah. Let me.
Yeah, no. Don't worry about me.
Okay. So, with a kind of look, you're looking at probably a few hundred miles from Krokka. So, well, okay, so roughly around 100 miles. Because once you leave Krokka, it's about 3 to 4 days to the mountains itself. But they're so large, they're such a big prominent thing in the background. The flames aren't terribly detailed. And they're definitely a ways away. They don't look necessarily like they're heading for Krokka at all. It seems that whatever's going on is centered in this mountain region.
And the dragon we came in on, we know his type had like an ice breath, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's definitely not him.
Well, it could be.
Well, we did give him that scroll, whatever it was.
Let's put it this way. Even if that's not his fire, there could be 2 dragons against him. Or maybe it's something else that breathes fire. I mean, there are plenty of other creatures as well that breathe.
But it doesn't look like it's like aiming toward Krokka.
No.
Okay.
This-
Alright.
The sporadicness of it and the way that it looks, it's some sort of aerial combat.
Best I can gauge. It's not by Krokka. In the mountains in the mountains by there. Probably dragons fighting for territory, I hope.
I just hope they stay over there.
Yeah. You only focus on one thing at a time, right?
Yeah.
So, you keep those in the back of our mind. Who knows? If anything, maybe we can get as lucky with the other dragon and use those with whatever's coming. Hey, I gotta have some optimism, right?
I guess I can try, yeah.
Yeah. Even with everything that we know right now, just have to do our best. Just have to put everything we can into it. No matter what happens, keep optimistic to the end. Use every opportunity we got.
Yeah.
No matter how wild it will be.
Yeah,
What
no,
the fuck
I'm just
is
seeing that.
Roll20
I'm seeing like a peach trail of
I'm sorry,
rainbow
I'm
splatter.
I've seen them. Yeah, there's the rainbows.
Not to laugh throughout that very serious conversation.
Oh my god.
Yay, fireworks! Yay!
Celebration
Hazel's having a good time.
Sorry. The party's in... Oh, it froze when I put it on Krokka.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
It's a pre-festival rave.
so... As the night goes on, it gets darker, and it gets time for you guys to sleep. After a full night of rest, everybody will wake up with full health, full stamina, no exhaustion.
Yay, sleep. She gets more than I ever get.
Aw.
However, Lynn, please roll me a
Yes.
1d100.
Oh no. Alright. That's a 33.
33. Okay. And that's TD roll.
God damn it. God damn it, Blue.
So as you guys are heading off towards Krokka, you will see kind of outside the town, just before you even make it to the gates, their fences are fixed. Everything, if it was broken, was repaired. They've got like this... best way to put it, it's kind of like a... because fabric was hard to come by back then. And out of leather, they learned to make a lot of things, and one including these kind of like rawhide bow. And so it's painted. So it's... You ever think pig ear? How it's got that rough kind of textured feel to it, that it doesn't bend, it doesn't move. Basically like that. So they've shaved it, they've trimmed it, they've treated it, they've put it into a bow, it dried that way, and it will always be that way unless you boil the thing. but they're painted, so they don't they don't look like just carcass. But they litter the area. They bring color to it. So you'll have some blue, you'll have some yellow, some red, and it's probably the cheapest way for decorations. Even this far out, they're decorating.
How far are we out again?
I'd say at this point, you guys are roughly traveled some ways of the day. You're about 3 to 4 hours out.
It must suck
Okay,
for
wow.
anyone who has to be paid to do this work, to leave 3 hours away to come out here just to put bows out.
It's festive.
You think with all the merchants coming in, they, use something a little better than pig hair?
Who knows?
So... I'm sorry. No, I'm not apologizing.
No.
But, no, Zachariah was going to say something, I thought. Okay. So Mila kind of pipes up and just, Zachariah and Lynn, you'll take care of your own, things and me we'll go talk to nobles.
That sounds about right to me.
Yeah. I'm trying to find some of my and my father's old contacts. See if we can get something from them. Don't worry. We'll make it through this.
So,
Little by little. We still have time.
so as you guys are walking, and you guys are getting closer to Krokka, you're actually going to see on the roads, a few people here and there. The first time you meet somebody, they're going to be in the opposite direction of where you were going, which was probably about an hour ago. They didn't say much. They kind of kept to themselves. Even if you said hi, they were going to look forward and they were going to continue going. Really wasn't much there. So you guys really didn't think too much of it. Now that you're getting in, you're going to start seeing newer, interesting kind of people. Best way to put it. So, coming down the road, this best way to put it, this very stubby looking man. He looks almost as if he's wearing a wizarding cloak, but the sleeves have been torn off and they're very rickety, and they kind of let out this rather large kind of strength-like arm. So it's like a bulgy kind of muscle.
Okay.
It's almost reminiscent of a dwarven arm. And as him and 3 other people behind him are making his way, this is the dwarven gentleman that will be standing kind of, in the general direction towards the town.
Oh, all right.
So you're going to see like a stubby dwarven gentleman, blue coat, blue cloak and everything. He's going to have it's the old rolled tobacco kind of thing, kind of stubbed to the corner of his mouth. Yeah. But when he's on his way through, he'll nod at you and continue on. Accompanying him, you'll also see a human male, a half-born dragon, a little bit on the slender side. He's very slender, and he also wears a cloak. It's going to be green in tint, and his shirt is going to be like a tan. His scales will be black, and his eyes will be a solid yellow.
Black scales with yellow eyes.
Yes. Actually,
And Mila...
I have a picture for him as well.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh, that's cool.
All right. Yeah, I guess Milo just kind of returns the head. No, just kind of like a head bow, just like saying hello. as they walk by, keeping an eye on them and everything. Just because they're just an interesting group.
I think the dwarf would kind of notice, especially with his passive, and he'd nod and kind of like raise his cigar for a moment as he walked by.
I would say after a little bit of walking, about the point that Zachariah feels that they're out of earshot. I guess the festivities bring all sorts of types, I guess.
It's really interesting. I've never seen a lot of people like that, I guess.
Who knows? Maybe they're performers. Ooh, maybe you can catch a shell.
Wait,
could be fun,
just
I
to
guess.
clarify, you said they were walking in the opposite direction?
No, they're kind of walking in the same direction, but they're coming from the opposite direction of you. So,
Okay.
so you're meeting at like a T in the road. They're heading in the opposite direction of you, but you
Okay,
guys
I
are both
completely
turning
understand.
left towards Krokka.
All right. Maybe. We'll keep an eye out. Honestly, we need to stay focused for now, right? So.
Yeah. Stay focused. Trying to just remember everything I have to worry about for everything.
In a moment, Lynn's going to be taking out her book and making a note about the about these three individuals as well, making a general description.
Yeah, does Mila notice Lynn taking these notes?
I mean, is Lynn kind of hiding it at all?
And this case, since it's like on the fly, she's not hiding it too well. She's hiding the contents, but not that she's writing.
Okay, there you go. So I'd say she would probably be able to see it.
Yeah, Mila kind of raises an eyebrow a bit, like, you were writing in that last night. What is it? Is it? If you don't mind me asking, I'm sorry. No.
Lynn's gonna take a quick glance around. It's not a heavily populated road, is it?
Give me a quick perception.
Okay. 18.
With an 18, with your look around, the other gentlemen have passed. But just down the road, probably about 4 or 5 minutes out, you're going to see another figure. Again, this one is very small. This one seems very slender. You can't really quite get all the details right away.
There's a small, slender individual.
All right, very quickly. You already know I'm basically my background. Basically,
Sorry,
this
I didn't
book
mean to
has-
interrupt.
God damn it, Zachariah.
Basically, this book has everything. My notes, my music, my work. Basically, what I do for other people is I act as an information broker.
Oh.
Travel around place to place, gather what I can, hear rumors, and spread rumors, and that sort of thing. This is basically my lifeline.
I see. Okay. Okay.
I mean, you guys have been forward with me and kind of already know most of it, so might as well be forward about that. Just like taking notes about potential lines of inquiry.
Okay. I guess that's could be useful, especially in your line of work.
Why? Why? You're stealing my stuff. Not even an hit point.
Wait, what?
Hey, you're stealing my bit.
No, it's
I
what
didn't even
White
know
did.
your bit.
I did that gif like
You had a
fucking 2
bit?
sessions ago.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, but I'm sorry. Yeah.
I thought for a second, I was like, wait, I stole your class and
I
I
would
stole your
say,
bits. Holy shit.
Just kind of holding back a little bit. What's going on over here?
None. Just I
Hmm.
was just asking a little question about how to
All right.
control magic and all.
Zachariah is just going to start pick up pace a little bit to catch up with Aeson. Let me know if you need any help.
Right.
Aeson's just pacing. He wants to get to town quick. He wants to get everything done because the quicker he can start getting stuff done, the better.
Okay. So as you guys continue on, because you're not quite to the town just yet, you're gonna kind of start seeing other groups kind of off to the distance. Some coming from kind of the Raja Desert side. You might see some kind of following the shoreline here to the right of Krokka. Looks like maybe coming from Hazel or so. But the closer you get, the more you realize that this place is packed. And this is probably one of probably the second biggest turnout since the first day that it was done. Well, that's an exaggeration, but the biggest thing is that they're kind of being like, this is the biggest get together we've had in
This isn't good.
years.
Mila looks slightly panicked, just at the crowd of people.
Well, this just got a lot more difficult, didn't it?
Beside you, you guys are going to hear a definite little squeak, but it's going to come out in a voice and it'll go, yep.
Zachariah's just gonna look around.
Looks around.
Mila's looking around to try to.
As you as you guys are looking around, standing beside Mila and Lynn is this kit. Now, for the listeners who don't know, I've created 2 specific races in which you can learn a little bit about throughout the game. So, if you don't know it right away, don't worry. There's not going to be a wiki on this. This is just something I made. It's going to be this miniaturized humanoid-looking figure. We're saying roughly 2.5 to 3 feet. It's going to have on it custom-made cloak, which allows its longer ears to kind of peek out from the hood. And they're definitely like arcane sigils on this cloak, and it has like a lovely kind of bluish tint to it. Now, the cat herself, the feline, well, the humanoid feline, is going to have 2 different colored eyes, one orange and one blue.
Can I help you? He's just gonna be looking down.
Oh, I'm just trying to get into Krokka, like everybody else.
Well, good luck with that. The line seems pretty long.
She nods.
Well, good talk. He's just gonna go back to minding his own business. Probably pull out the book he got from last night.
She's gonna cozy up behind the group in line and just kind of smile. Last year, this took 3 hours.
To get into the city?
Mm-hmm. At one point, it took a day.
Sure, it won't take that long.
She'll look over you guys. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe 2.5 this year.
Oh, joy. Yay.
Aeson's gonna lead to Zachariah and be like, I think we should see if some of my clout comes in handy and we can get in faster.
Just kind of flipping through the pages. Possibly still staying very discreetly, but yes, we should try. Time's of the essence, but we should just still try to keep our guard up.
Is this just a straight line, or is there like bouncers letting people in? Like guards, I should say, not bouncers, but like, you know what I mean.
From the way it looks like, this is like the let me see your passport and credit card kind of situation from the
Bet. I got a
you know what I mean?
passport and credit card right on my finger. Let's go do this, guys.
At the same time, this is quite a large group, and then unless you really want to out yourself as a full-on blown noble, and you want everyone to know who you are, because they will call out your name when you enter the town, like a cry.
So they're gonna call out anyway, though, right?
Not if you. I mean, and see, here's the thing: if you sit in line like everybody else, and you don't show them, you know, your signet ring or anything that shows that you're noble besides, you know, your identification, then no. You know, if you just have a card that states your name like everybody else.
I think at the
Keep quiet and he won't call you out.
I think at this point Mila kind of leans in as well. Goes, I mean, no one knows who I am here. If you want, I can try to use my nobility to get us in quicker.
No offense, I don't know if the elven nobility has much standing in a human town, but we could try if you'd like.
As much as it holds... as much as I don't want to stay in this line, I feel like this might be the best part to split off now. We don't want too much association.
Oh, that's true.
The cat's gonna flick her ear a little bit and kind of give like a very sly smile. Don't want to wait in line?
I mean, who does?
What if I told you?
What's it going to cost us? What's it going to cost? Oh, whoa.
How legal is it to...
Legal? Uh-huh. Well, see, illegal is a very funny
Not
term.
really. It's relatively simple.
Well,
Oh god.
what I'm saying is legal is you giving me cash and me opening a secret doorway for you guys to get in. Which will take you 10 minutes versus 3 hours.
A secret doorway? Like a magic spell type of thing?
She'll kind of wiggle her fingers and just kind of nod.
Would I, I'm not having a check now, it's fine.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
I'm gonna do an insight check on her.
That I was. Oh, sorry.
Oh boy.
11.
18.
Okay.
8.
So, Lynn, you are part of the underground world, so to speak. So this is, in big events, if you're in the underworld, if you know the right person, you can get in before anybody. Heck, they might even be able to give you like half of the screen right that they swipe behind scenes, especially if you're going to like a play or something kind of stuff like that. This person, for the right pay, which the usual cost is around 50 gold, will get you into hard to get places, and that's how they make their money. Now, they don't do it in the legal way that, you know, you've had your IDs kind of scanned, but once you're inside, nobody cares. So the whole ID thing is a lot less laxed, for the most part, once you're inside.
Problem is, I wouldn't have the payment.
Zachariah, you're going to tell... I mean, with an 11,
Of course.
it's definitely not legal, but nobody's going to die from it. Best way to put it. Mila, you think this is great. This is wonderful. You can't think of any laws that this would break.
This is the cutest thing ever. I want to follow it.
And then, of course, Aeson, you would get the fact that what she's doing is illegal. and it kind of messes up with the reports that Krokka sends about these kind of parties that they have here every year. So they'll send, how much revenue that they made and pay their taxes towards Graydon for having these parties. But with those who sneak in, you can't get a full number of how many people is actually coming in to know what to tax them for. So Graydon is getting a lot less money because people are sneaking in.
Oh God, no! First morality conflict.
I'm fine sitting in line for a couple of hours. If it gets too bad, I can go see if I can get us in faster. But if you all want to take them up on their offer, then by all means.
Like I said, I think this is the best point. As he starts whispering into his ear, I think this is the best point for us to split off.
Aeson will nod at Zachariah.
All right. How can you ensure a nice, easy way in?
Well, for 40 gold, I can take you guys to a very special magical door that will get you inside Krokka.
40 gold.
Yep. It's a festival. Sometimes you just gotta give discounts.
I mean, she is really cute.
She'll flick her ear and kind of look around, competitors and all.
I can give you guys some gold if you want to.
If you need it, I'd prefer not to, but if you need the gold, I have some for you.
I mean, it would give us a head start.
How much do you have?
15?
You guys really have not had great luck.
I've got
with
27
money.
at the moment.
I have 18.
27 as well.
It's more than me.
Lynn, how much do you have?
I have 15.
Well, I mean, we haven't really earned any gold.
No.
We haven't done any adventures
No.
or profit or found any. Well,
I'm sorry, I'm
most of
not
the-
a noble like everyone else.
Most of the money you make are off of the the guild ledger. Everybody's been avoiding the guild.
cheddar.
We've got-
You need some
I
cheddar.
mean,
That sounds
To be fair-
complicated.
To be fair, Aeson and I came in the middle when they were traveling in the middle of
We
the
were
woods
doing
and
a
everything.
trial run, damn it. I blame Farian.
Alright, fair enough on that one.
Oh.
Oh, good. I wasn't gonna say anything.
All right. What do you think, Lynn?
Well, if you both pull your money together, you'll have 1 gold left each.
I'll tell you what, I can make you a better discount.
What do you offer?
So every year, here at the Krokka Festival, they have kind of a guild competition. And some of the best fighters from each guild meet in the arena, battle it out, and the one who wins near the end is crowned victor. Alright? So every year, the strongest always win the competitions, but then there's a favorite vote. You guys vote for my guild this year. I'll let you go through for 20 gold.
Oh, God.
Is the rest of your guilds like, you? Like, sorry.
Like a kit is
I'm
what
sorry.
you need to say.
Like,
She'll nod.
respectable individuals.
We call ourselves the Cat's Meow.
That is absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna be forward right now. I'm trying so hard not to pet you, and that's really at my limit.
Please don't
Calm
punish me.
yourself. You don't want her to bite you.
I
Right,
won't.
Look, when is this competition?
2 days when the official thing starts. Right now, they're just getting everybody filed.
And this competition, guilds fight each other head to head?
Yep. The day before the day before the great event on the 25th, they have the competition, and the winner is kind of put on this parade that they do every year with fireworks.
So we just vote for all you guys, all the group of kids, and you'll let us in for 20 gold.
Yep.
How about this? We are a respectable group, and they just...
And I'm a respectable cat.
Indeed. And I would say it would be easier to make your way up to the final battle than actually trying to win yourself. So how about this? Our group helps and competes through the tournament as well. If we meet in the end, we pull our punches and fall at the end and we secure a victory for you.
Oh, we're not fighting.
You're not?
Last year we lost a member. So we go by votes now.
Oh.
She's going to look to Mila. Don't worry, he was over 50. He had it coming.
I'm sorry.
Honestly surprised I lived that long.
She nods.
And I'm just going to kneel down to her and whisper,
Look, we're also here on important business. We might need your help as well. If you can get us inside, we'll vote for you. And if you can also promise we can meet your leader to discuss something.
We talking more pay?
We're talking about a major event that can ensure your survival so you can continue to get paid.
Trying to tell me there's an attack on town planned?
Information. Oh, sorry. Zachariah's just gonna stick up, kneel down as well. Information is worth stuff. It's very much a commodity. We know something, and you have a service for us.
And in exchange, you'll also have the assistance of the Whispered Rose from now on.
The what?
My associates. We work together from here on, and we work to make sure that the people here, well, we can discuss it with your leader as soon as you get us in, and we cast our votes. Sound like a deal?
I'd really like some gold, but dying would also be good too. But now that I know there's danger, I could just leave. So, what stops me from helping you at all?
The fact that any one of your associates that survives as well, and knows that you were the first one to go before it all went down, kind of paints a target on your back, doesn't it?
Not to mention, it's profitable to help get people out as well if danger's coming.
She's gonna be kind of leaning on the wall, like she's smiling. Like that was a let's see how evil you think I am kind of question. You know, it's not like she was actually planning on leaving. That you're gonna get from this demeanor from her now. So she's like kind of leaning up against the wall, slight smile, nodding her head. Fair enough. All right. 10 gold now. We'll have the meeting. If it all works out and everything goes well, we'll stay with the 10 gold and maybe work something out after that.
All right. Zachariah's gonna pull out 10 gold that he had stored in his pack and just forgot to fucking distribute from Cole.
So, of course, as soon as she sees Shiny, you're going to notice that her pupils are going to dilate a little bit. And she's going to give kind of like grabby hands for it.
Just slowly rising it up more and more until we have an agreement. Let's go to there first.
She'll kind of pout just a little bit as she kind of sees that it's being pulled from her. But she'll...
I know.
she'll understand that she did have a deal, and she'll walk you guys around the wall a little bit, and it'll kind of come into like this kind of slight crevice.
Mm-hmm.
And she will run her claws against two stones, and then push the right stone inward, and it will open this false wall, and it'll lead you out to behind the largest inn in Krokka.
Wow.
Nice and convenient.
So, Zachariah, Lynn, you're going, right? And we're staying here, correct? Right?
That makes the best sense to me.
Can't have a noble dealing with thieves. With that, he just gives a two-finger,
Hey!
kind of salute wave.
Please be careful, you two.
I always am. Other people aren't.
Mila's gonna kind of give a little smile at that.
The female cat will go, "I'm not a thief. I'm perfect."
All right, Puss in Boots, let's go.
Really? I thought that was bad.
I mean, she's gonna wait to be handed the 10 gold.
He's gonna drop it down and drop it towards her.
So of course she'll pick up she'll pick up the coin purse and pull it out and kind of rub one of the coins against her cheek as she walks.
She's more like a chipmunk than a cat. Nice.
Some cats like shinies.
My cats love shinies.
Mm-hmm. And so you guys will make your way into Krokka. Now, who? Okay, so like we said, we were splitting up. So who is going in and who is staying out? Officially.
The two groups are Zachariah and Lynn, and Mila and Aeson. Zachariah and
Okay.
are leaving.
Okay. So Zachariah and Lynn are going inside, and Mila and Aeson are staying outside. So as soon as Zachariah and Lynn go inside, that wall will close. The cat will be standing, inside. So that it leaves just you and Mila outside now, Aeson.
All right.
I have to ask, is he like keeping a mental note of where that door is at?
No, he doesn't want to deal with that.
Okay. So he's probably not going to use this knowledge later to stop it.
No, he's not thinking that. He's conflicted because, hey, he could have done it. He could have gotten places faster, but it's not the right thing to do. Not for him.
Yeah. No, which is understandable. So for you guys, you'll be standing in line for about 3 hours.
I think Mila will try to actually probably go up to one of the guards and try to assert her noble line to see if her and Aeson can probably get in quicker.
Alright. So if you guys make your way up and you head to the guards there, you're kind of greeted by two gentlemen, both of which look, best way to put it, questionable. One is rather small and a bit on the chubbier side. His armor looks like it's just barely fitting him. And then the other gentleman it's rather tall. I'd say he's probably 3 to 4 feet taller than the other guy. But he's very thin and stocky looking. To the point where he just... Well, I wouldn't even say stocky. Very thin. He looks almost like a whispering tree. But they'll both kind of look to you and just kind of nod in your general direction as they acknowledge that you've kind of gotten their attention.
And Mila's gonna kind of like just straighten her back and try to look as proper as she can. Kind of, and then just take a deep breath out. Greetings, hello. I was wondering if my associate and I may have access into Krokka, please. Straight away, we have very important business in the city, if you don't mind.
Well, sweetie, everybody's got an important business in the city. It's current right now having a festival, but it might depend. Are you two of noble blood?
Yes, I am of the Leofina family of Novareska.
Never heard of Novareska, sweetie.
Noveska.
Oh, Noveska. Yeah.
Yes, it's a elven tongue.
Yeah. So we don't really acknowledge elven royalty here. I mean,
What about human royalty? I suppose.
we do deal with those. Yes.
Now, so here's my question to you, DM. You said that I would know that they would cry me out when I come up.
If you gave them your birth certificate, which is the best you have right now, most adventurers who are in part of a guild will have kind of a card that says, "Hey, this is me. I am such and such from such and such. I am part of guild such and such." And that's normally the IDs that you'll pass in once you're part of a guild. Because they're so common, they're used like basic IDs, like driver's license or other kinds of things.
So, here's my question. Like, I know that if I give them something to prove that I'm nobility, they're gonna...
They will announce that you're there. Definitely one of the sons of the great kings of Graydon. There has never been a time when you have ever entered a town that none of the nobility were ever told of your so as a royalty of Graydon, everyone knows who you are when you walk in. If you give them that information, the crier goes from you to anybody else of the guards to take his place and then runs straight to the nobility to allow them to know that one of the higher kingdoms, princes, kings, or queens have arrived. So you'll be known you're in town.
If I were to give you two a little bit of gold, would you forego crying out that I am here?
Well, I don't know if that's the legal way to go about it.
Well, very well. Time is of the essence. And Aeson will present him with whatever he needs to.
Okay. He will take note of the fact that you are the second to the throne, Prince of Graydon. He will allow you inside, and of course he will have this grand kind of. So there'll be a person over to the side. A trumpet will go off. People slow down and stop, and everybody will look, and he'll with as much majesty as he can put up. Welcome the second of the throne, Prince of Graydon. Take a bow.
Aeson will bow.
People will kind of clap ever so lightly. Well, some will. Some will just ignore you completely and continue walking. But after that, the gentleman you were speaking to will go, "All right, well, I gotta go do my thing. I will let you guys enjoy your time in Krokka. Thanks for coming."
Thank you for letting us in.
Yes. And he will run off into the crowd of people, which, by the way, I want you to think packed day at Disneyland.
Ooh.
I've never been to
no.
Ooh.
best way to explain the amount of people in here. And it's from all different races and cultures, and so you're going to see kits, you're going to see dragonborn, you're going to see druids, elves, you're going to see goblins and ogres and
Oh my.
Everyone is here.
Yeah.
Also, introvert's worst nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say Mila's kind of like little freaking out, but trying to maintain her noble composure as best as she can.
And a lot of these people, so some of them look like your normal townsmen. Nothing special, no armor, they're not carrying a weapon. And then you're going to come across these really odd-looking people that just come across and go, yep, that's an adventurer. Like, you'll come across a gentleman who, head to toe, nothing but tattoos, pocketed armor, and everything that you can think of. And then, just a couple seconds later, another female across. And she'll have probably one of the largest warhammers you've ever seen. And it's just kind of dragging behind her.
I've never seen anything like this before. This is so
Try
cool.
to stay calm, Mila.
Yeah,
who is with them too.
Mila, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception roll.
Okie dokie. Perception. Oh, why can't I find it? There it is. There you go. 14.
With a 14, in the midst of the crowd, there'll be something kind of striking to you. A face that you may have seen before. And just as a hood or like a hat, a pointed hat raises, a skeletal-like structure is going to peek out from underneath of it. And it's going to be looking at you for a moment. And somebody will walk by you, and then it will escape your view. And when you look back, he will have disappeared.
Sorry, I'm literally freaking out right now. Oh my god. I think Mila is just gonna kind of like let out there. It's Hades.
What, Mila?
I saw him again.
Where?
She's gonna kind of point to where he was.
Aeson's gonna look around.
Give me a quick perception.
21.
Upon looking around again, even with a 21, you're not going to be able to see him. At least not on the streets.
I figured as much. Just look around. I don't see anything, Mila.
He was here.
I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying I don't see anything.
Okay.
Just stay close.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get out of my sight, especially with all these people here. I'd hate to lose you in this crowd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, sir, I mean, Aeson, no,
Aeson is fine.
sorry, I'm really sorry.
Don't worry about it. Remember, I said don't treat me any differently than you had before.
Okay. And she's just gonna kind of really follow close to Aeson's side, as they just probably meander through the streets.
So Aeson's going to be looking for, a place that he can hold an audience with local nobility, possibly, like a manor or an estate or a hall or a castle even, just depending on whatever's in town.
There is basically it's where the guards are, basically. So this place doesn't necessarily have its own court system or royalty here yet. Like I said, it's on the verge of potentially becoming a kingdom within the next couple of years if everything goes right. Right now, it is a conglomerate of most of the larger store owners, so the owner of the brothel, the owner of the inn, the blacksmith, places that really bring money to the town are the ones that have a say in what happens in the town. So that way the people can speak for themselves and they're all happy. You know, if this part of town is getting overcrowded, then the blacksmith who lives in this part of town can come over, represent that town, and go, "Hey, look, there's too many people over here this year. Can we spread these out closer towards the lake? Can we get these people to move over here?" And then the conglomerate deals with taking control of everything and getting it kind of into a more well-rounded place.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to speak with a conglomerate, but I guess that will be our first stop.
Oh my god, Jim Halpert!
Sorry. Yeah, Mila is just kind of like nod and just, it's the only way we're going to be able to speak to anyone, or you. Clearly, Elven nobility doesn't have a pull in the city at all. She just kind of like gives a nervous laugh, as...
You'll do fine, don't worry. Just, I didn't want to have to deal with people who will place money over the people, and dealing with conglomerates, that's often the case. Why would the owner of a brothel want to suspend a festival when they could make so much money there?
People aren't that, moral, I see in your mind.
It's not that. It's certain people, they don't have the proper priorities. I mean, I'm not saying it's not worth a talk. Maybe we can get some of them to listen. But you have to admit our story is rather wild.
We still have the crystal. Maybe it will work again.
Well, why not go and try, right, Mila?
Yeah, yes.
Well, let's do this.
Let's go punch fate in the face.
Exactly.
Alright, guys. Well, I think that is a good place to end it for the night.
I was going to say, now I can work on figuring out what's going on with my headphones, because they've been bothering me all night.
Oh, boy.
Aww.
But at least my volume is pretty good.
What else?
Yeah, it's coming out alright that way.
Why are you angry?
Yeah.
She wants more action. Hi, my name is Jonathan and I play Lynn. Thank you so much for following up with all of us in our adventures and escapades. If you'd like to keep listening, please follow us and subscribe on iTunes, Podbean, and Google Play. If you wish to level up, head over to our Patreon and check out some of the cool magic swag we have waiting for you there. If you want to interact with us and see more of the stuff we're doing, check out our Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube at Opportunity Roll. And if you want to contact us or ask any questions, you can reach us at opportunityroll.podcast@gmail.com. We'd like to thank Purple Planet Music as we use their site for all of our amazing music. And we'd also like to thank Kobold Press as we use some of the monsters from the Tome Beast to keep everyone on their toes, enjoying the game, and Corey enjoying in our suffering. And once again, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for following us, listening in, and all the support and goodwill that we receive from you guys. And remember, keep your opportunities open. And speaking of opportunities, for all the month of April, our Discord server is free to join. So, for those interested who want to hang out, chat, and relax with the players and DM, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow on all of our various social media, and send us an email to get access to our Discord server for free for all the month of April